Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Mr. E, and once again, we're going to take a look at the creepiest TikToks. So let's have a look.
Who were the Nephilim? The Nephilim appear for the first time in the book of Genesis. They were a legendary race of hybrid giants, the result of the unnatural union between fallen angels and human women. They existed at the time of the patriarchs Noah and Enoch. These giants terrorized the people and took advantage of their enormous size and strength to do whatever they wanted, and it is said that they were very evil and perverse. The Nephilim were very violent and with superhuman forces that filled the earth with violence and terror, leaving death and destruction in their wake. Besides being mentioned in the book of Genesis, they are also mentioned in the book of Ezekiel. The giants that terrorized the earth were destroyed by the wrath of God through the universal flood. Undoubtedly, we do not know so much about our past that it would not be incoherent to think that this legendary race of giants called Nephilim have existed and terrorized for a long time. It is even believed that these beings are still alive, asleep, or hidden from all of us. Comment your opinion and follow me for more.
Do Nephilim and giants still exist today? Well, there's an island in the South Pacific where the locals say they do. The Solomon Islands, located in the South Pacific Ocean, just east of Papua New Guinea, has been inhabited by the local natives for thousands of years. After European explorers discovered the island and discovered gold there, they gave it the name Solomon Islands because they believed it was the location where Solomon got the gold to build his temple in Jerusalem. But besides the mystery of Solomon's gold, the locals have oral traditions passed down about giants that live in the cave systems on the islands. And these aren't just ancient stories. They claim testimony and sightings of these things existing to this very day. There's also reports that the Japanese encountered these same giants on the islands when the United States and Japan battled there during World War II. The Bible tells us that giants existed before the flood and after that. They could still live on the earth today. Full video on this subject on my YouTube channel.
Remember I talked about the giants of South America? The Aztecs talked about, before the Aztecs were there, giants roamed the land. These giants were created by a god, but they opposed another god. There's 3 times this god tried to kill all the giants. One of the first times that he tried to kill them was by sending fire from the sky. It killed almost everything, but a few giants survived. And then they say that this god ended up flooding the whole earth to kill these giants. There was one giant, he survived with his siblings. What they did right after that flood was they're like, we're gonna build a giant pyramid so if it ever floods again, we can escape it. And so this pyramid that they built was called the Great Pyramid of Cholula, the largest pyramid on earth volume-wise. They say it's one of 6 pyramids that were built on top of each other. We're talking a massive Tower of Babel-like thing. Tower of Babel happened after the flood, and these giants built this pyramid to escape the flood after the flood.
That's an interesting theory. I dig that, dude. That's fun.
Are there giants roaming the Solomon Islands? Stories of giants up to 10 feet tall living in the interior jungle of the Solomon Islands have circulated among locals for centuries. According to local folklore, the giants have supernatural powers, inhabit villages of their own deep in the wilderness, and keep to themselves. In recent decades, a few explorers and researchers claim to have encountered oversized footprints and other evidence of the giants' existence. Some attribute the origins of the giant rumors to either ancestral memories or folk memories of early European explorers. Scientific consensus is that no hard evidence supports the existence of a separate race of giants in the Solomons. Nonetheless, belief in the giants persists among many Solomon Islanders, who say their ancestors directly encountered the elusive creatures.
Okay, so one of my issues with giants is that they are giant. How have we not seen them more? Why are they not seen all over the place? Surely they'd be hard to hide. Also, one of my problems is Photoshop. I think it's ruined any credence to any proper photos that have been taken of these things. I remember a few years ago there was loads of photos of archaeologists digging up giant bones. Everyone was fooled, but it turns out it was a Photoshop competition. But yeah, they fooled a lot of people. I think this is one of my issues with the whole thing, really. there's just not enough evidence. The Solomon Islands, I would love to visit this island, but it's probably never going to happen. But I'd love to visit just to see the mysterious vibe that this island gives off. I think it'd be a fantastic place to visit, but whether there's giants there or not, I'm not sure.
Hey folks, L.A. Marzulli here, coming to you from an undisclosed location. The Kandahar Giant. What about the Kandahar Giant? Is it real? Is it real? Did it happen? We actually broke the story back in 2015 in our Watchers series. The bottom line is this. There was a patrol that was dispatched out looking for high-value targets in the Kandahar province in Afghanistan, circa 2001, right when the war broke out. They miss their rally points. They don't call in. They go missing. Another patrol is dispatched the very next day. They're following the trail of the first patrol. They find themselves coming down this one trail, which leads to this platform, which is like very high up on a mountain. It's almost like a cliff edge. And above that cliff edge is a cave. And they're seeing broken pieces of their radios and other equipment, as well as bones and other things. They're very disturbed. Before anyone can do anything, out of that cave comes a modern day nightmare. This thing is 14 feet tall. It's got red hair, double rows of teeth. It's brandishing a spear, a lance. And this thing moves with such agility that everyone's taken aback. How do I know this? Because in our film, we interviewed one of the shooters. His identity remains anonymous and will be that way forever. But since that story broke, and when that Kandahar Giant came out of the cave, he speared this one man who died from his wounds. The other people that were there, the other soldiers that were there, said, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head. So they basically decapitated him pretty much. And we've had numerous witnesses that have come forward. Some can come on the record. Recently, right here on YouTube, we had a wonderful man whose father grew up in the Kandahar province in Afghanistan, and he stated on the record, go to L.A. Marzulli on YouTube and you can see it for yourself. He stated on the record that his grandmother was a witch, and his grandmother would bring animals and tie them to stakes near the cave, and the giant would come out and eat them. They did that to keep the giant away from the village. Now, I've heard this before, but to actually get the source material, folks, the Kandahar Giant is real. Unlike other people who copy things and try to make it their own, we broke the story. The late Richard Shaw and myself broke the story, and it's in our Watchers series. It's number 10 in the series. Go to streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. Don't forget to subscribe.
Okay, sticking with a theme there of giants, this is the Kandahar Giants. This one sort of piqued my interest a little bit, really. The soldiers' accounts of these sightings. Soldiers aren't particularly people who make this kind of stuff up. I think they'd sort of get ridiculed within the army and the military themselves. So there's no real reason for them to make this up. So these are quite interesting. These places have got a lot of history to them, a lot of religious connotations to them. Yeah, this one's a little bit more believable to me than possibly the Solomon Islands, but still, it's hard to, it really is hard to sort of believe this without any real strong evidence. I mean, the night vision video there, it's really hard to make anything out. It's really hard to judge a scale of what this thing is. So yeah, again, I'm on the fence with this one.
Bueno, a ver si saben qué es eso ahí. No es un plato volador, no es un avión, ¿qué es? A ver, lo arrimamos.
This video was filmed in Perth, Scotland in the UK on the 11th of April 2024 on the morning by a man who was walking his dog. It seems to stop in mid-air at one point, and also a gentleman said it seemed to disappear and all that. People have been saying it's a plane, it just doesn't look like a plane to me. Can't see the wings. It's also featured in a newspaper article in the Courier.
Whoever you are, whatever you are, you have been spotted.
Eutelsat 10B separation confirmed. You can see the spacecraft built by Thales Alenia Space receding against the blackness of space there, flying over the Indian Ocean between Madagascar and the eastern coast of Africa at an altitude of more than 1,300 kilometers. Eutelsat 10B is beginning a 15-year mission to provide broadband internet services to applications like in-flight Wi-Fi, maritime communications, and other types of users in a swath of the Earth from the North Atlantic to the Middle East. Eutelsat 10B will be extending its solar panels later on and beginning maneuvers with its plasma thrusters, its all-electric propulsion system, to reshape its orbit from the elliptical supersynchronous transfer orbit.
This is the video called a Comburgus video, which is a close-up of a craft, so close that you can see the occupants. It is 100% real, and I was there as that was filmed.
The whole footage has been analyzed for a more scientific work for 2.5 weeks, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
A few more UFO videos there. Do like a UFO video. Seems to be a lot of sightings in Argentina recently, which is quite interesting. Seems to be a lot of them. The one in Turkey, I know it's a really old video, the Comburgus one, but I still think this is one of the best videos I've seen. The detail in it and being able to see through the sort of windows and things like that, I think it's a great video. Still hasn't been debunked as far as I know, but if anybody knows that it has, then let us know down in the comments. This looked crazy, this one. What the hell was that? Looked like some sort of laser weapon. Don't know. Seems to be a lot of theories going around about laser weapons being fired, especially in Hawaii and places like that. But yeah, this one seems to be the first actual footage of something. Definitely didn't look like lightning to me, especially not with a red glow afterwards. Sure that wasn't lightning. Didn't sound like it either. Sounded metallic almost. Yeah, it was strange, scary, really. If this technology is out there.
Hey fam, do y'all remember that movie, The Devil's Advocate, with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, and the wife Charlize Theron went crazy, and she was shopping with all of the other attorneys' wives, and they were all demons, and then she saw them like in reality, and their faces all twisted up, and now all of a sudden we've got this condition that's out that is going to start causing people to see demon faces on people, but it's not real. It's a condition. It's a psychosis, but they were telling us about it back whenever that movie came out, The Devil's Advocate, and holy shit, they have to tell us, right? And they're telling us. Now, if you saw They Live, with Rowdy Roddy Piper in it, like I did as a Gen Xer, you knew. You've known. We've all known. But for those of you that are new to the party, well, think about it.
This man is really going through it. Not only was he recently diagnosed for having demon face syndrome, but every person that he sees looks like this.
Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere on people only, just like this, what you see behind me. Now that's a reality for a man named Victor Shera. He has extremely rare yet terrifying disorder called PMO, and it's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome.
I don't know about y'all, but this obviously has to do with some spiritual warfare, because the doctor had never even heard about it, and the fact that there's only 75 cases made him have to come up with an explanation and diagnosis to let 59-year-old Victor Shera know exactly what was going on.
Condition, we're told, is called demon face syndrome. Now, it's when an individual sees someone and their face seems distorted, almost satanic, demon-like. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't, and to your point, when I saw that only 75 cases have been reported, I said, ooh, we really looked high and low to find this one. But
This is the astonishing moment a deceased nun appears during a ceremony. The nun's body lays in the graveyard next to the church. Nobody saw her as she stood among the people. Her spirit was picked up on camera. The priests and locals confirmed on review. She looks just as she did in her last days, dying from a terminal illness.
I've read about these happenings quite recently. This demon face syndrome seems to be a new affliction. But it's strange that it's all coming very recently. Very odd, very odd. I don't know what this could be. Does this tie in with the warning from the Vatican we spoke about in the last episode, where they're talking about warnings of demonic and sort of paranormal entities being seen? Yeah, this is strange. Very strange.
Have you guys seen what's been going on recently? Kim Kardashian, The Rock, all of these high-level celebrities are losing millions of followers. And the Bible actually might have predicted this. I'm gonna get into the Bible stuff in a second, but the trend is literally just blocking celebrities, and the crazy thing is, everyone's doing it. Does this not show how powerful you and I are? When we unite with one goal, we can change the world. The Bible says in the end times, the stars will fall. What do we do next?
Does seem to be this trend at the moment for sort of unfollowing these celebrities and Hollywood types. I think people have woken up and realised that we gave them this power and their money and everything that comes with their lifestyle. And it's I think they've lived too large for too long. I think people have just woken up to this and started to realise that a lot of them are up to no good. I'm sure there's some really good people out there in the world of Hollywood and things like that, but a lot of them aren't. So a lot of strange goings on. But yeah, it seems to be that people have woken up, sort of had enough. So Surely this can't be legal. Not that legal matters in the world of governments and things, but this isn't right, surely. I've not seen this technology before. I've heard of the HARP project and things like that that manipulate weather, but perhaps all these conspiracy theorists are right about chemtrails. Kind of makes sense to me now. But yeah, we get blamed for climate change all the time, but surely this is doing no good at all. It's not right. Okay, everyone, I'm going to wrap this up again for today. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe. It's really going to help me out. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode, and see you again soon.